What's up, geeks and gamers? It's Jeremy coming to you with another video, and today I'm gonna have to address some things that were said about me on Twitter from someone that I have had run-ins with in the past, because this person likes to lie, and then when they're called out for the lie, they play the victim. They don't want to apologize like a man, and so they're at it again. So I really thought, I was like, I probably shouldn't respond, but there's enough in here that is so just insanely off base, and just the reach going on is beyond anything I could imagine. And this person represents Lucasfilm. This person is a contributor to StarWars.com. This person is Brian Young. I'm sure most of you are aware of who Brian Young is. Several months ago, Brian Young wrote an article about me. And he made a point to say that I was responsible for the solo boycott. You all know about this. I had to provide video evidence of the fact that I did not call for a boycott. I said it over and over again. Clearly, Brian does not watch my videos, yet he likes to talk about me and create narratives around me. So he clearly doesn't do research. So, so shout out to Ichibaka for providing all of the content. So this is from Disney Star Wars is Dumb, his blog. And so it says, Brian Young blames Geeks and Gamers and EVS for whipping fans into a frenzy. So we're just gonna skim through this. It says Star Wars Insider contributor and demonstrated liar Brian Young recently took to Twitter to publicly attack the Trump administration, Gamergaters, Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers, and Ethan Van Sciver of Comic Artist Pro Secrets. And I'm just going to read some of his tweets, and then we'll talk about it. He says, it's troubling to see the Trump administration and Gamergaters using the same playbook as far as inciting harassment and violence. They'll use all kind of racist and sexist and bigoted words, code words, to rile up people, and then they'll point at the enemy. Then their followers go harass those enemies. And when he says the code word, as Itchy says, the code word also releases the SJW from any responsibility of their own public comments. That's exactly right. Then when these people get called out for inciting that harassment or violence, they claim it wasn't us. We never advocated for violence. We just spoke the truth, and then they continue whipping people into a frenzy. He says, there's a really bizarre shadow they all live in where they think they have this plausible deniability because they have never said outright, go harass this person. But they know what they do incites such behavior without having to say it so explicitly. It's disheartening, and I don't know what to do about it. My block list was about the only recourse I had, but I'm lucky in that no one is coming to shoot me because of someone's inflammatory rhetoric. So as far as I know anyway. And then a quote, what can men do against such reckless hate? Well, Brian, you're not a man, so you don't have to worry about that. Then he says, I mean, at the worst of the Geeks and Gamers and EVS harassment I was getting, I did have to talk with my local police department to make sure I wasn't going to get swatted. I did get threats like that, but surely the videos they made had nothing to do with it, right? Okay, so the video I made about you, Brian, as you know, was me calling you out for lying about me. I had never had an interaction with you prior to that. I'm not even sure I was aware of who you were, really. And then I find out you're lying about me. And you got called out for your lie. That is why you faced criticism online, because you were exposed to be a liar. Now, you could fall back on the fact that maybe you just made a mistake, maybe you had bad information. A man takes his mistakes and owns them, and then however he made the mistake, he makes the apology in the same fashion. You publicly said, I led the solo boycott movement. I responded with video evidence to prove you to be a liar. What did you do? You changed the article, you never apologized, and you played the victim. A man would have said, you know what? I publicly apologize for saying that Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers called for the solo boycott. In fact, geeksandgamers.com, his website, actually has a solo review. And actually, they have a solo review on the YouTube channel. But I called for a boycott. Never happened. Never happened. So that's why you were facing criticism, Brian. That is why it happened. The fact that this person represents Lucasfilm should tell you all you need to know about Lucasfilm and the people that they have representing their company. Someone else commented and said, I once found myself in the crosshairs of EVS and Geeks and Gamers, and it was not a good day. I don't know who this person is. I mean, I could look them up, but it's not even that big of a deal. It is what it is. And there's just a bunch of rambling going on. I'm going to link this article below. But really what it comes down to is this. Be responsible for your own actions. If you are a public person and you publicly lie about someone and then that someone responds proving you to be a liar, if you don't publicly own that mistake in the same fashion that you put it out in the world, then expect to be called out for it. That's what happened. Now, as far as the underlying meaning or the code words that we're calling for harassment or violence, bullshit. And secondly, yeah, I never ever in any capacity, any way, shape, or form have ever called for violence, harassment, or anything like that. There's a lot of narratives going around about Star Wars Celebration, and so let me be, since Brian Young needs people to be crystal clear with him, apparently, let me be crystal clear for Brian Young. I have never and will not call for any level of violence in any capacity, in any way, shape, or form. I do not support that, and I will never call for that. If anyone is violent or does anything violent at Star Wars Celebration or at any other convention or public setting in any capacity, I will publicly separate myself from those people. If you represent Geeks and Gamers in any capacity and you incite violence in any capacity, I will not be associated with you. That is the truth. So Brian Young, you can continue to lie, you can continue to play the victim, but the truth and the facts are on my side, and I have video evidence to prove it over and over and over again. So you can sit there and you can claim that it's code words. I have no idea what you're talking about. You can claim that you're the victim, but we all know the truth. And if you just would have been a man about it and apologized when you called me the solo boycott leader, none of this would have played out. Now in the future, Brian, my goal is to never say your name again. My goal is to never acknowledge your existence again. My goal is to pretend that you don't exist because you are a worthless piece of garbage as far as I'm concerned. But you have the right to continue to be that worthless piece of garbage. It should not affect me in any way, shape, or form, and I should not affect you. Keep my name out of your mouth, and I will not talk about you either, and we can all go about our lives in whatever way we want to go about them. That is how I would like to see this play out. You guys have a great day. Talk to you later.